In the past, there were holy places the people would gather, the desolate ruins of which can still be seen today. These were magnificent temples, vast, echoing structures filled with life, and at all times of the day and night, there would be people there. They're bright, polished floors, towering columns, row upon row of vendors lining the vast corridors. People came from all over to gather together to find the things that they needed, that they wanted, and just to walk around and take it all in, to worship. But these vendors, instead of providing all manner of goods, were forced to engage in exploitative and corrupt practices that prevented the people from choosing what they wanted. What was supposed to be an open marketplace available to all had become a barrier to prevent and to exclude the undesirable Gentiles. The very leaders who were responsible for providing spiritual guidance were instead corrupting the system to line their own pockets and silence any potential dissent and any challenge to their absolute power and authority. In fact, anyone who dare attempted to stand up to these powerful leaders, these high priests, were crushed under the weight of the law that was brutally weaponized against them. What should have been a house of prayer and worship was instead a den of thieves. Until one man decided to say enough, stood up, and he didn't turn the tables on them. He flipped the tables over, challenging the authority of these corrupt leaders and showing the people that there was indeed another way. But this wasn't Jerusalem. This wasn't the Second Temple. And the man who stood up to the corruption and greed of these high priests wasn't Jesus. This was the American shopping mall in the 1980s. And the high priests, they were Nintendo. And the man who stood against them was Dan Lawton, founder of Collard Dreams and Wisdom Tree. And this might not be the greatest story ever told, but it is the story of the best-selling unlicensed NES game of all time, Bible Adventures. When Nintendo brought the NES to America, they had put in a special lockout chip that would prevent unlicensed cartridges from functioning on it. For the most part, this was a very good thing. It prevented the NES from suffering the same fate as the Atari 2600, which saw such a massive flood of absolutely terrible shovelware from companies trying to cash in that it caused the video game crash of 1983. If you wanted to publish a game on the Nintendo Entertainment System, you needed to get the famous Nintendo Seal of Quality. But to get it, you had to play by Nintendo's rules. First, you had to commit to around $350,000 in cartridge orders manufactured by Nintendo at about 3 times the cost of what it would be if a company did it themselves. Then you had to wait, usually around 6 months or so, for Nintendo to make and ship your game. And that wasn't even the hard part. Nintendo was extremely strict about content. Having just broken into the US market after the crash, they weren't about to risk their family-friendly image. The Nintendo Entertainment System was marketed to kids, and Nintendo was terrified of offending parents, religious groups, or anyone else who might start a moral panic and crusade against Nintendo. It wasn't even gratuitous sex and violence Nintendo didn't allow in games on the system, but religious imagery was also strictly forbidden on the NES. Even a game like Castlevania had to remove crosses from the game for its US release. So not only did Nintendo have to approve your game, but they could demand changes or just reject it entirely. That made life hard for small developers, obviously, but even big companies had problems. Nintendo would only allow 5 games per year per publisher and enforced a 2-year exclusivity clause. If your game was on the NES, it couldn't appear on competing consoles like the Sega Master System until that lockout expired. At this point, Atari had already split into 2 separate companies. There was Atari Corporation, which handled the home consoles, and Atari Games, that handled games in the coin-op business. Because Atari Corporation owned the home console branding, Atari Games had to create a separate label, Tengen, in order to bring their arcade hits to the NES. Originally, Tengen started out as a licensed publisher, but very quickly they got tired of Nintendo's limits and restrictions. So, through a bit of clever shadiness, which I'm not going to go into in this video, they managed to crack the lockout chip and began releasing their games now as an unlicensed publisher in these cool black cartridges. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Wait a minute, Johnny. I thought this video was about Bible adventures. Why the hell are we talking about Atari and Tengen? Well, my loyal viewers and only true friends, please like and subscribe. Just like Adam and Eve ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil and were expelled from Eden, Nintendo used its power to pressure retailers into dropping unlicensed NES games, lest they lose access to all of Nintendo's products. So, for a small outfit like Color Dreams, this was a death sentence. Their self-admittedly schlocky games weren't exactly flying off the shelves as it was, and they definitely couldn't risk entering into a lawsuit versus Nintendo. And really, going legit wasn't an option either because Nintendo's content restrictions and high costs just made it a bad business decision for a company of their size. But that's when Color Dreams realized something. if Nintendo would reject games with religious content, then religious content in games was their loophole. And so they rebranded. Color Dreams became Wisdom Tree, a Christian video game company. And instead of trying to sell their games in big box stores like Toys R Us, they started selling them through Christian bookstores. These were independent, regional, and most importantly, completely outside of Nintendo's control. It was a brilliant move, possibly the best pivot that's ever been seen in the video game industry. Nintendo would not be able to threaten cutting them off like they did to other retailers because Christian bookstores didn't carry other Nintendo games. And for as much as Nintendo loves litigation, they wouldn't risk bad press by going after Christian retailers. And even if they did, these Christian bookstores weren't massive chains. They were small, independent shops run by true believers. Even Nintendo couldn't hit all of them. But the real cherry on top of all this is if Nintendo did try to sue to stop Wisdom Tree, Wisdom Tree could argue that Nintendo left them with no legal path to begin with. They'd been excluded from the system by design because of their Christian religious content. And this worked. It paid off for Wisdom Tree. They were the first company to tap an untouched market. And as a result, their first release, Bible Adventures, would go on to become the best-selling unlicensed NES game of all time, with somewhere between 300,000 and 350,000 copies sold. And I really want to put this into perspective here for a minute. Bible Adventures outsold River City Ransom. Bible Adventures outsold Donkey Kong 3. Bible Adventures outsold Kid Icarus. Bible Adventures outsold Excitebike. And Bible Adventures sold more copies than Mega Man 1. This is nuts. But the craziest thing about this game is I knew growing up a lot of people that had it. But it was weird because it was just like this game came out of nowhere and ended up in their collections. They didn't ask for it. They didn't want it. Their families had no moral objections to video games, and they weren't particularly religious households. It just showed up. This is very similar to everyone I knew that had Echo the Dolphin, that fucking game. But Bible Adventures was a fascinating game at that time because it had that baby blue cartridge, and there was just the absolutely bizarre nature of a religious Nintendo game. So we tried it out. We played it. And now I'm going to show you. So let's go ahead and dive in and see what Bible Adventures is all about.
Okay, here we go. Bible Adventures. We always start with Noah's Ark. This is probably the one that people are most familiar with, that you'll see the most out there on, because really it's the most complete game. And probably like the least frustrating. So you start picking things up right away. Here you have the little tablets that give you hints, and some of them will have Bible verses, but they actually are important to pick up. We'd always skip them because we just thought they were stupid Bible verses or whatever. But no, that actually it increases your life. So it's like getting the mushroom in Super Mario 2. This is really a lot like Super Mario 2, only way more annoying. Yeah, you're Noah, you're an old man, and you pick up all the animals. Pressing B makes you run faster and jump further, which becomes a challenge since you will have to utilize that. But it's also how you throw the animals, and sometimes you really don't want to throw them. You can stack them up. Sometimes that's good. I'm getting frustrated, so I'm just dropping them in when I get in there. Especially since when you pick up, like, the bulls, the cows, or whatever, like, you drop them when you jump, so then you have to pick it up again before it runs off. So, I mean, we'll see. Boom. Oh, there they go. They're on that platform. Now I got to go get them. And hope that, that one just ran off. So I go stack him up, run back. It's a damn pig. Okay, I can climb the ladder. The two bulls or ox or whatever. And we're gonna jump directly up so we can pick them up as fast as possible. Oh. I'm just gonna pick them up. And, oh, nope. All right. And then I just get frustrated. I just take them in, just one at a time. Just get them and go. I'll try to get as many as possible, but it gets frustrating. You've got like hay that you can pick up, other things, and you can throw these at the animals and knock them out. And that makes it a little easier to carry. Some of them you will have to do in order to pick up. So like Squeaky the pig down there, can't pick him up unless you hit him and knock him out. He's too slippery. The monkey he's tossing coconuts at you, and we can throw those, damn it, back and take him out. If I can get the arc right. There. So we just knocked the monkey out with a coconut. He's gonna stay put, but then I'll just get this cow. We'll drop it down. Boom. 2 more animals in. And you just do that. It's simple enough. And you think that that's all you have to do to beat the game. But no. That's just the first level. There are, I think, 4 levels of this. I'll show you, get Squeaky the pig here. Damn. And each one is a little different. This is the most straightforward one to introduce you to the game. You've got these snakes that are going to be a pain in the butt in the next stage, because they're not the snakes that you want, but they're there. You'll see. But you'll have different animals to pick up in the next stage. Again, just like this, straightforward. And at that point, you're getting frustrated, like, do I just have to keep doing this? Then there are animals and items, because you have to get food to feed the animals. You have to get extra animals to be your food as well. So that's fun. Not really. And then there's a final stage at night. And you'll see that. when I was a kid, we played this. We'd get the first stage, and then we would basically give up at the second stage because it would just get too annoying and boring. The controls are interesting, to say the least. And they're very slippery. And people say, oh, well, they're bad controls and all of this. And, I mean, yes, there are bad controls. But after playing this seriously, and I played another game, a Color Dreams game, that they did re-release as a Wisdom Tree game. So, like, Color Dreams had Menace Beach, and then they reskinned it and released it as Sunday Fun Day under Wisdom Tree. Same game, just different skin. That game has really, really slippery controls, awful controls. I don't think that it was just because these games were no good. I think part of it was, if not most of it, was a deliberate choice to make them slippery. I think some of the button responsiveness and other things is more of just not having resources to do it better. But the fact that this game and the other games from Color Dreams, from Wisdom Tree that I've played, has the same sort of very slippery physics to it. And does that fast scrolling where you can basically run faster than the screen can scroll. We could do that in Menace Beach's Sunday Fun Day as well. I think that it was a stylistic choice, not simply bad controls. As far as the movement goes. Now, when it comes to like picking up stuff and throwing them and sorting your stack of items, that I don't like. It is way too easy to accidentally throw something, to throw the wrong thing when you think you're going to throw the right one, and it gets really annoying real quick. And you know, like I said, I knew a bunch of people that had this game, and we played it, and I have no idea where it came from. Like, but here's the interesting, like, they never had the box. I mean, they probably threw it out by the time, you know, I saw it. Like, if they got it, they opened it up, chucked the box out, or whatever. Never saw that. I remember the blue cartridge. But they never had an instruction manual for it. Like, nobody ever had an instruction manual. So there was no idea how to play this game. And I guess a lot of people threw out the manuals. I don't get that. I always kept the manuals. I threw out the box, but I kept the dust jacket and the manual. So I don't know if there was anything in the manual or not that would make this any less frustrating. But I kind of doubt it. So it's just a test of endurance and your patience to go through and collect all the animals. But there we go, and we're going to go on to stage 2. This is something people complain about after stage Noah, counting the animals, and you see them all go by one, because it takes a lot of time. And I get that, because, like, you're kind of pissed off when you complete these stages, especially, like, the following stages. And you just kind of want to get on with the game. But I actually kind of like that they do that, because they're giving you something. There's like, think of it as a cutscene, you know? I mean, it's some kind of reward for clearing the stage, which you do not get in the other games. So it's like they put all like the effort kind of into Noah's Ark here, all the energy into it, and they were probably just as frustrated with it as, you know, everybody that plays it is by the time they were done, and just wanted to get the others done as quickly as possible, or didn't have as many clear ideas. But. So here we go. We're running around. We're doing more of the same. This time, with turtles, and you have to watch out for eagles. They'll pick you up. You'll drop whatever you're carrying, and they'll just carry you across the map and drop you. But the weird thing is we're going to have to get those eagles too at some point. So I don't know what to tell you. And I think this is the thing that would really drive me wild, is like, why are we collecting birds? You know, like, they can fly. They're going to find land. I mean, I guess we have to have some of them, according to the story. You got the panda bear. There's a turtle. So, as you can see, turtles, pandas, raccoons, blue jays, blackbirds, eagles, and toucans. This is a really annoying stage. And yeah, we are literally just doing the same thing, different animals, a little more annoying to catch than before, but that's that. And it's not a hard game. You know, like, nothing violent happens. You can die. You know, like, not really. He just makes like the little surprise face and it's game over if all of your little Bible tablets get wiped out. But it is pretty forgiving for how it takes them away, for the most part. You know, like, animals hitting you or whatever, like if a monkey hits you with a coconut, you'll get a few of those before it starts to go down. It's more just things to annoy you than it is to actually stop you. You know, it'll slow you down, but it won't stop you. And if you do end up doing that, like, you only get one life, one game, but it gives you unlimited continues, so you can keep going and trying again on the same stage. You're not losing any progress or anything like that. Not that big of a deal with Noah's Ark, but when we get to the next game, you will see why that is a kindness that they did. Yeah. And, you know, Dan Lawton from Collard Dreams, he said that, you know, most of their games were schlocky because they didn't have the resources, you know, like, they weren't This wasn't a big team or anything. They didn't have like huge budgets for these games, and but they did try to do their best with what they had to work with. And I like the graphics on this aren't that bad. There are problems with them, but some of the animation, like the raccoon there that we just saw, he cracks me up. I think they did a decent job here with Noah. So it's not like the sprites or anything that there's a problem with. It's not really with the graphics. There are like bugs that come, and some of the behaviors, like the way things will spawn or despawn, is really frustrating. Like I had a cow stacked up. You drop it because something hits you, and then like you pick up the other two animals, but one is just gone. Was just despawned, even though like you never left the screen or anything. The birds here, like, okay, so we're gonna get that blue jay. This is annoying because you have to make these precise jumps with very slippery controls, and that's why it's not that they were doing it bad. I really think that they deliberately did it as kind of a challenge to differentiate itself. But yeah, with the birds, you just have to jump to where they are until they go down on the ground, and then get ahead of them, and you're done. You've got the birds. But it's one of those, it's really frustrating until you figure it out, and even when you do figure it out, it's still incredibly frustrating because of how slippery the controls are. So, but there, we're done checking the animals, and we're going to go on to the next stage, which is the most demoralizing of the 4 stages in Noah's Ark, I think. It's not because it's difficult, it's just because of what you've been through, and it's like there's no progress. Now you're getting food. You're getting 7 different animals, 7 different things to pick. Basically, anything you see, you need 7 of them. And we'll just start here, get these guys, and go. But, there. We managed to keep the whole stack. And there, you see that? Oh, where's that cow going? Like, they're just disappearing. And then reappearing. Oh, God. Never mind. I hate that when you go in without anything. I'm not going to show too much of this stage because you get the idea. There is like nothing that stands out here. You gotta watch for these weird rolling balls that seem to seek you out. Boulders, I guess. Not as bad as you'll see. But they're there. And it's just time consuming to get everything is really what it is. I'm very much all for just getting what you can, taking it in right away. I'm not trying to stack everything up. I just get it in there. So if there is something with the controls or some fuck up, it's not a massive loss of time. And I like to save the coconuts for last because you can get them, and if you're quick enough, you can stack a decent amount and get that done right away. But with everything else still running around on the screen, it's just a little more relaxing for me to pick them up without anything else. And I always save it for last. So here we go. Drop our coconuts in. And that is stage 3. Done. Kaput. Stage 4 takes place at night. It is incredibly frustrating, to say the least. So you have a jar of fireflies, and this is what lights the screen up. Do not drop it. Do not throw it. If you get hit, you could drop it, and then you won't be able to see anything until you pick it back up. And it is possible to lose it in the dark where you can't find it because you can't see anything to get it, and the game just becomes incredibly difficult, if not impossible. So keep that in mind. It takes up one of your stack spots, so you don't want to try to pick everything up, and you can throw it and hit enemies and knock them out, but again, I do not recommend that. Always have something else to throw instead. Hang on to the jar no matter what, and you'll get through this. We got lions and tigers and panthers. Oh my! Just see there. Oh, I lost it, but thankfully I was able to pick it up. Now, like, if that was on a platform or a tree or something, we'd have a much harder time to find it and get it back. See? You have no idea where the platforms are. That was an accident. I accidentally threw it, but I knocked him out. So, you know, it works. Then, yeah, those boulders or whatever will knock it. He knocked it out, but knocked him out too, so at least we got that going for us. There's an owl. Again, with the birds jump, land directly on top of them, and this is just... I shouldn't be throwing it so much, but oh. And so this is like, I honestly, I don't like this mechanic, but again, I see how it's very much like the same sort of control schemes as in Menace Beach and Sunday Fun Day. So with the jar, I mean, I guess some of that's like the artwork. Looks like, you know, it's got that Collard Greens Wisdom Tree style to it. But, yeah, that's what makes this stage hard, is just there's so many things that will knock that jar of fireflies out, and then you can't see. So just hang on to that and be careful with it. And once you gather up all the animals, you'll go through the inventory check. Yep. You know, like I said, I feel like this is at least giving you something that's more than the other games on the cartridge do. And then you get the ending, because, you know, once every animal and all that is gathered, the flood comes. And there's the Ark finally resting on the mountain as the waters recede. Did some nice little music with it in this part. And that is Noah's Ark. You gathered all that was requested, and you got your family together, and the earth flood and everything died. Okay, now we are going to Baby Moses. Yeah, let's do Baby Moses. This is the one that I played the least. Like, we never really touched this one because it was so annoying. So there's Baby Moses, you pick him up and you just run along. And what the hell are you supposed to do, really? There are these things, okay, you can jump on, go up to the clouds, and again, like, the controls are so slippery. It makes this a lot harder than it should be. If you... Oh, dead. If you hit B and hold it to run, but you're holding Baby Moses, like, there's a good chance that you're going to throw Baby Moses, and that's going to put you in a difficult position, because you just want to get to the end as fast as you can. That's really the way to go about playing this game, is just keep moving and hope that you make it, because there's all sorts of stuff that's just going to get you. The knockback in this, when they get you, is so bad it makes Castlevania blush. Yeah, and you can pick up these soldiers somehow. I don't know how. It just sort of happens sometimes, but then the other times they will just keep knocking you around. So, on to the next level. Level 2, and just these weird platforms, so like everybody basically is out to get you. And they're out to get Baby Moses, and they want to throw Baby Moses into the river. And, you have to get him to the end. So we're just gonna see there. Oh no. At that point, just die. Start over again. There are times like you can lose baby Moses. Like if you drop him or something and you go too far off the screen, when you get back to where he is, he's gone. And then I don't know what to do. If you get to the end of the stage, it's like, oh, good job, but you forgot baby Moses. And it sends you back to the start. And you have to do it all over again. So, and now they've got birds that will come down and try to pick you up and knock baby Moses away. Spiders in the cloud. Yep, see? Now I can't get past the guard to pick up baby Moses. And then these kids pop up out of the ground and they throw bricks at you. It's like, I don't know what's going on there. But, yeah. Jesus. This just becomes an exercise in frustration, and it's not even like a memorization thing. It's just kind of like, are you going fast enough and getting lucky? And anything else, because there's so much chaos happening. And, you know, that's true with the other games on here, like, you know, you saw with the squirrels and things in Noah's Ark. You have it here with the spiders and the soldiers and the kids, but there. Short stages at least, but they do everything they can to make it just impossible to get to. So, on to the next level. And here we go. And he's just waiting for... Yeah, it tricks you into like thinking you have to do some platforming here, but like the thing is, you wanted to see. I just picked him up. I don't know how I picked him up and didn't drop him, but there he is. And I'm not sure if I throw him, if I'll throw him or if I'll throw baby Moses. So we're just gonna hang on to him. Oh, nope, it's baby Moses. So, alright, see, I'll just toss him there. Alright, he's in the water. I got baby Moses now. Hopefully he doesn't respawn. And you can pick the bricks up. I don't think you can pick the kids up. Just the soldiers and the bricks. But they don't even really do you that much good. No! And this is where, when you do see the Bible tablet... Alright, I can't even get baby Moses now. He just hits me every time. No. Just boom in the water. So like we wouldn't even get to this. It would just get so frustrating that you just turn it off at this point. And it's funny after playing this so freaking much for this video, and pick Baby Moses up. Now I have a spider. Oh, but I lost Baby Moses. Go, go, go. Oh, gotta get that tablet so I don't. No. There. Do not set foot on the path of the wicked or walk in the way of wicked evil. Okay. We'll just go this way. Oh. I dropped Baby Moses. We'll get back. And I'm done. That kid pops up and laughs at us. That's great. But yeah, like, these platforms, it's not, what, oh my god. It's like, I never saw the spiders come out like that before. Wow. So, yeah, wait for the soldier to come down on the same platform. They haven't been that aggressive trying to get Baby Moses this time. They've been more going after me. Oops. We're going to try to get through here. Just going as fast as we can there. You've got no way to defend yourself. You're just running with Baby Moses. Clear the level. Like a very short level, but the challenge was just getting there. Usually getting past that first screen where they just throw everything at you and randomly. Now you've got so now you have this moving black box that if you are standing on it, you go through it, you die. That's great. Thankfully, Baby Moses doesn't fall into the water with it. Unfortunately, like, neither do any of the other characters, so you can't even use it to try to clear some. It's so slippery. So slippery. This is why it's nice that they gave you the continue option. Oh my god. Yeah, unless you're going straight up on a jump, it's so hard. But here we have a springboard, so we'll get a running start, go in the cloud, and we're just going to try to avoid as much shit as possible. As much as that worked out. We want that. Oh no. Come on. Ooh. Oh, no! So we made it back to the clouds. Let's just keep going. God, oh. So they do give you like a couple of. Oh no! He just threw it in the water. What? Baby Moses doesn't even seem to want, but there they go. They just took him and chucked him in the water, and that's basically it. Like, what am I supposed to do now? It doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, the knockback in this is worse than Castlevania. Oh no! He's just, oh god, he threw him in the water again. Oh. And sometimes they'll just jump in the water. It's really weird. Yeah. Yeah, great. But we made it. No, alright. So I'm up here. I drop baby Moses. There he is. Just, oh, God. Man. This is basically like the ice world in Super Mario 2. Only, like, combine that with an escort quest and Castlevania knockback. And you're just in hell at this point. And now we have to go back. Why? No. No! Alright. So we've got them. We've got baby Moses. We're just gonna hang on to him here. You try to hit B to get a little... Oh, God. No. Oh. I hate that. And it moves. It's not even like a pit. It's just... Ugh. Everything in these games just kind of like seeks you out, and they're really fast, and it's just chaotic as hell. And they're not running patterns, like a normal kind of thing. They are actively seeking you out. Yeah. and just trying to fuck you up, but then you can trick them a little bit. But it's one of those things where it's so much hell. So in the original Asteroids, you have the two different kinds of flying saucers. You have Sluggo, which is the big one, and then you have Mr. Bill, which is the small one. And Mr. Bill will target you. He's calculating where you're going, and he's taking aim dead at you. Whereas Sluggo just starts shooting randomly. Okay, so just come this way. Now I gotta get back. We'll go pick up baby Moses. And he's gone. Alright, so we're doing this again. There. And that's it. That was the end of the stage. We were there. Oh my god. And there's another level. This is the longest game out of the three. As far as the most levels are concerned. It really does become an endurance competition. So, like, these aren't hard jumps to make. It's just that it's so slippery with the controls. You have to be so careful with everything that you do. Just hold that B button down and run as much as you can. Oh! Like, the level designs are, oh my god. You never know when the spiders are going to come out. Just pick this up, run, jump. It's all very same, and these are, concepts that you see throughout Color Dreams games, and like Wisdom Tree. Very, very similar. It has a specific look, a specific play style, and oh man, okay. Let's hope Baby Moses is still there when we get back up to the top. At least we got rid of those guys. They felt good until they just respawn out of nowhere. Alright. So we did it. Watch out for the spot. Oh, no! Oh, God. Oh, God. It's okay. We're going to get Baby Moses. We just got to get to the end. No! And it starts you back at the beginning. So the bird picked me up. I was right there, but because I dropped Baby Moses, the bird took me to the end of the stage, and now I have to start it over again. So that's bullshit. And it's that stuff that I think really gives the Color Dreams games like a bad reputation. Because I guess they just didn't have the time or the budgets to really figure this sort of thing out. And they just left it. I mean, these are small games. Why isn't it there? I was waiting for him two of them to spawn. So like the spawning, despawning is, there we go. Oh, we win. We won the game. All right, let's see the ending. It's Baby Moses going down the river. There, he's just having a good time. I zoomed in on that because I wanted to look at that. That's the end of Baby Moses. Oh my god. Yeah, Baby Moses. We tried so hard to stop people from throwing him in the river so we could do it ourselves. But now we have David and Goliath. And this is the third one. I'm thinking this will be the good one on there, right? You're David. You use a slingshot against Goliath. So we start playing this, thinking this is going to be more of a game, only to find that it's just Noah's Ark over again. You don't have any weapons. You're picking up sheep and you're taking them to a pen. Like, what? But this is different because it has these squirrels that are completely insane, just jumping all over the place, and like all the other animals besides the sheep are like completely nuts. The rams, the mountain goats, you gotta watch out for them. They become the worst. The lion just sort of chills out unless there's a sheep nearby. But the mountain goats, they'll come for you. The squirrels are just completely insane. They're a distraction. They're doing their own thing. They'll knock themselves out with the acorns. But like you kind of need them because that's like your only sort of defense, and you just have to collect sheep. All four. Oh damn it! And that becomes like the hardest part is like finding them. But then, unlike Noah's Ark, this has a bit more difficult platforming to do in it, and more than So it's a little bit more of like a cross between Baby Moses and Noah's Ark. You're doing the Noah's Ark stuff, but then it's got these annoying platforms that are and enemies that are more like Baby Moses. So it's get the sheep, go to the next stage, and like this is usually the point where it's like, okay, now we're going to do something. Story is going to move on, right? No, it's just keep getting the fucking sheep. Like nothing. So at this point, it'd be like, okay, this sucks, and turn it off. And that's basically that. And, oh no, yeah, they just knock you around, and but we're gonna see if we can actually get through Bible Adventures, and we got the goats here waiting for you to knock you around. And I'm just going like one at a time with these. It's like get the sheep, don't fuck around, get back as fast as you can because everything will screw you over, and like all it takes is one bad jump, or like the wrong timing when you hit the B button and you're not getting enough thrust and you go tossing a sheep. You don't want to deal with that. So just try to avoid everything. Try to go in as many straight lines as possible while you try to find that remaining sheep. Not here. There it is. But can I get to it? Yes, I can. That is a lot trickier to do than it looks right there. It shouldn't be tricky. You should be able to do it, but it's actually really hard to stay put when you jump on anything. And next level, more sheep, but this time there are lions. Well, I mean, there was a lion in the first stage. You didn't do anything. You just looked goofy. But now there are scorpions, and scorpions are really, really dangerous because when they hit you, you fall down a plane. See? So you'll go down to the ground instead of jumping up on these different things. So that's really a lot worse than the knockback, especially as you'll see later in the game. Right now it's not too bad, but it's showing you just how it works, how annoying they are. And there's that sheep. And of course we have to go back to where that scorpion is standing while we're running from the frickin' lion. Oh, my sheep's knocked out, but the lion's eating the sheep now. So we gotta just run for it. Alright. Saved all 4 sheep. Yay. And what's your reward? Another stage where you're getting sheep. Like, this is... And it looks just like the first, except for you can't just make that jump. You have to really do some annoying shit to get the sheep to the pen. So, climb a tree, avoid the crazy squirrels, try to get this other sheep, make a jump. There's a... Oh. No! Badger, whatever, get me. Pick him up. Okay, so I got the sheep. Now we go. Oh, no! Ah! Alright, so we've got 3 sheep. We've got a mountain goat. Yep. We've got the lion chasing us. We've got to climb the tree. We're going to get back to the top. Avoid the bat. Oh. Alright, well. Climb the tree. Give me my sheep, badger. Alright, there. We made the jump. It's really difficult. There. Well, but you haven't found all the sheep. Well, no, because you make it such a pain to go back. I'm just going to do it one at a time. It's not like there are points. It would be pretty funny if, like, it angered God if you only brought the sheep back one at a time. Oh, there's the last one. So we'll get that little bastard. And now we have to get up to the top. No! I did not mean to do that. Oh, yeah, I wonder, like, is that a honey jar? What's that doing? I guess maybe that's a honey badger. So use that to knock him out. Stop. At least, like, the squirrel helped me. But now, unfortunately, I accidentally tossed the lion. And he wakes up. actually help me out. No! I keep tossing the sheep when I'm just trying to get momentum for this stupid jump. Ah! Yeah, this is like most of the challenge, whether you're playing Bible Adventures or just another Collard Greens game. This is where the challenge comes from, like the knockback and the slipperiness of the controls, and then just like the random aggressive nature of the enemies. Because they're not super consistent, you know. It's I'm gonna have to go back, I think. Oh no! Oh wait! Oh, I died. Okay, so we finally got that sheep back. There, finally. So now you go through all that, and now you get rewarded with the sling. So now you actually have a weapon. Now you can actually do something. Boom, take that, Philistine. So we've got these terrible platforms. We got there's a door, but you can't go in. It's just there. No. So there's a scorpion. You can hit the scorpion, but nothing seems to happen to it. So they're just like these kind of invincible enemies. But the real thing that gets you on this stage are these boulders. They're just coming down, but they're seeking you out. And they are absolutely random. They're not following a path. They just come down and start heading towards you. And they will fuck you up. And that is they're relentless. We'll try going this way. No. There's a damn scorpion. that. Again, the one. Got him. Can't go in there. Oh, and this is why I mean, like, the scorpions will just send you straight down. And, oh my god. And I'm dead. Okay, we'll get that guy. No, 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 no! Oof. Alright. Shit. I don't know why I keep trying to go this way. Alright, we got him. We can just avoid these boulders. Oh, fuck. We got it. Well, that's it. We're getting up there this time. I mean, look at that. Like, they're just coming, and like the guys, they'll keep spawning, they'll keep coming out of there, and you can't take the scorpion out. Those guys, like, they definitely respawn when you leave the screen, but they will just come out of there randomly too and spawn in. See, I just hit the scorpion, and would it didn't take him out. It made like the little star, like, yep, you hit me. But screw you, buddy. See? Nothing, you can't take him out. Oh. Alright, we didn't need to go up on that platform anyway, but now you're here. Oh! So the only what you do is you jump to this platform that you've never seen before, that you have no way of knowing it's there. Basically, is like you just become so desperate and frustrated that you just jump. And now you get to keep climbing, but with more scorpions that you can't take out. Got that guy. But we need that health. Oh my god. actually pretty low in health. That was surprising. And I guess we just do the same thing now. We just jump, and there we are. That's above where we were. Go past that guy, and look, it's Goliath. Of course, if you hit him, he just laughs. So you have to get it just right, hit him, boom, once in the head, and that's it. He's gone. The end. It tells you what happened. There you have it, everyone. Bible Adventures. The best-selling unlicensed NES game of all time. Let me know in the comments below if you played this. Did you have it, or did you know somebody who had this? Did they ever complete it? I think, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure like a couple of the people I knew, they played Noah's Ark and beat that, but couldn't get through the rest of it, or didn't want to, because everybody sort of hated this game. And I understand why. But I think there's actually an entertaining game somewhere in there. It's just not done. It's like the alpha stage. And if they had more resources, they could have probably done decent games, but that wasn't the case back then. But I think they were definitely trying, for whatever that's worth. Not much. But yeah, quite the anomaly. And it's really crazy to think that Bible Adventures outsold Mega Man 1 and, all these other games. So let me know your memories of this, what you think of it in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. And thank you so much for watching. And I hope you enjoyed it. I actually, as frustrated as I got, I enjoyed actually being able to play through it and seeing what happened at the end of each of these games. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to, especially playing Baby Moses, because that was getting so incredibly frustrated. So thank you for sticking with me, and I will see you all next time.